Okay, I'm starting my ride today on corner of Thompson's Road and the Endeavour Cove Patterson Lakes Marina. It's opposite the United service station, and it's called Marina Palms. So I'll go for a ride up there to the river and take it from there. So I thought I'd go out just a short ride this morning out the trail alongside the National Water Sports Centre, and it's a nice ride or a walk for people on a Sunday or a nice sunny day. Even a morning like this, it's good. I tend to go fairly early. It's just after 7 o'clock in the morning. So this is a nice estate along here, nice homes. They've all got their own marinas, I think, their own moorings, and places to store their boats and stuff. The only thing to watch here is people coming out of these gated estates. They don't always see you because they're concentrating on other stuff. Up the end here is a boat servicing place. Always seem to be very busy. I don't know who's deer and who's not. Nice set of units there. They back onto the river. Got to get off your bike here. It's a bit tight. Work the handlebars through. You know, I tend to walk uphill. Gets my heart rate up a bit anyway, if nothing else. There's a lot of heavy clouds hanging around this morning, so I might cop a bit of a soaking. Alright, so I'm standing alongside the Patterson River now in Patterson Lakes. It's a beautiful spot in the morning. And this is the way I'll head up this way. The gravel's a bit damp, but it's not muddy. Couple of puddles, just roll through them slowly. There's a canal here, and if you go through it coming from the bay on your boat and go through that way, you can tie up at the Patterson Lake Shopping Centre and get your supplies or go for lunch. Or yeah, it's good. So where I'm going now is up towards Wells Road, and I'll go under Wells Road this time, and go out alongside the Water Sports Centre, which is actually Bangholm. Morning. Lots of people running dogs and just jogging, and there's one bloke runs up and down this embankment training to go skiing in the winter. A lot fitter than I am. Yeah, so if you're down this way or you're visiting from overseas, come down to Patterson Lakes and have a walk around the river or along the beach. It's a good spot. We enjoy living here. A couple of people have asked what sort of bike I ride. I ride an avocado Mamba Venom. It's got dual suspension and a 48 volt battery, 17 amp hour, so it does all I need to do. Morning. And I deleted a lot of stuff off my phone to fit more movies on, and now the Wi-Fi doesn't connect and all that sort of stuff, the Bluetooth. Morning. So I'll go under here now. Sometimes I go over the bridge when I'm heading north. So we're on the southern side of Patterson River and heading east. This is the Peninsula Link Trail to the right. That goes all the way down to fair way down Aramosa Road, about 25 k's down. As you can see, the river's well up. The ducks are enjoying it. So it's about probably about 4 k's from here to the end of the water sports centre. They do rowing, all the different colleges, and sometimes they have high-powered, the big V8 speedboats on there as well. We can hear them from our place. That's good. Morning. Yeah, we must have had a fair bit of rain last night because the tracks are a bit soggy. That's why I bought the mud guards for my bike. It didn't come with mud guards, I bought them as an extra. The mob at Avocado, they don't sponsor me by the way, I'm just talking about it. They give really good after-sales service. You just, when you go onto their website, you can talk back and forward with your typing, and they'll remember who you are and what sort of bike you've got. And I recently bought an extra set of disc pads, and I'll put my bike in and get the brakes, what do you call it, bled. I'll get them bled and the new pads put on. So I've done about 2,200 on one set of brake pads. So they're not worn right down, but they probably need replacing. So while I'm getting it bled for the sake of 20 bucks, I'll put new ones on. I'll add a little map of the ride that I did this morning to the video, and you'll be able to see where it is in relation to the Patterson Lakes shopping centre and the beach and that sort of thing. Anyway, if you're looking from overseas, come over to Australia and say hello, or as we say, g'day. This trail that I'm riding on now alongside the National Water Sports Centre goes all the way out to Dandenong and beyond. Goes out to Jells Park. So you can probably ride out that way 20 kilometres. I've never ridden that far out. Generally I'll get out to Eastlink and cut across and go on another tour. So what do you think? What do you reckon about the reflections? Pretty good, aren't they? I love riding out here in the mornings, especially when it's a bit sunnier than what it is today. I think I might be going to cop a bit of a drenching. Certain times of the year you see a lot of rabbits out here, all along the edges. It's not uncommon to see, I don't know, 50 or 60 along this stretch. I'm probably about 300 or 400 metres from the end of the water sports centre, and I'll have a bit of a look around, and then I'll turn around and come back, and I'll cross over Wells Road Bridge and go down the other side of the river to the beach and the Curran Boardwalk. And if my chickie babe's out and about, I'll shout her a coffee. So you can see markers where the boats start from, and one of our granddaughters, Zoe, she does rowing, and very keen, very keen. She plays all kinds of sport actually. I'll just stop here. So there's they call it a gate here, but it's not really a gate, it's never shut. And the trail goes all the way out to, as I say, to Dandenong and beyond. Okay, so this is where you can see those yellow sticks with the numbers on them. They're the end of the water sports centre. It's probably more a starting spot than a finishing spot. And the reflections across here are brilliant in the morning. I love them. And I'll go back that way now. I'll turn it off until I get back on the other side of Wells Road, and we'll continue down there. I'm about halfway back down to Wells Road now. You can see all the reflections on the river. Mighty nice. Okay, so I'm going to go down under Wells Road again to the other side. Then I'll do a sharp U-turn and cut across the Wells Road Bridge. It's a bit dicky, this one, but oh. See how we go. I'll either go arse over here or won't. One or the other. There's to go up here and do a sharp left turn. Up there to the right is where I came along from Patterson Lakes. Yeah, I made it. There you go. That's always a plus. Better than going arse over head. Okay, so this is Wells Road Bridge, and we're crossing over now to the northern side of the Patterson River, and you can see the houses along there. We'll go along there down towards the beach. I've got a sneaking idea I'm going to get wet. When you look at those clouds, they're rolling in, they're pretty heavy. Give it a shot anyway. I can always have a shower when I get home. Should have brought a bar of soap. So this is on the northern side of the river. And yeah, there's nice houses along here too. Good spot. So I'll ride along here, and I'll give you a couple of little looks along the way, but I won't leave it on all the time. On the right hand side, where the houses finish, is the wetlands. Now the wetlands run all the way through to Mordialloc, and on the other side they continue after this estate and go through to Seaford. So they were originally where the original inhabitants of Australia fished for eels and fish and so on, keep themselves alive. And this was the Boonwurrung people. The Boonwurrung people inhabited from Wilson's Promontory in South Gippsland all the way around to the other side of the city. Morning. And yeah, I'd like to acknowledge them. They were displaced when the place was colonised by the English and others. Big green shed on the left, on the other side of the river, it's a boat storage facility, and they store probably a couple of hundred boats there, I reckon. Try and get past this bloke without running his dog over. Morning. There you go. Safely through. Another dog lives. Morning. Yeah, it's the nice estate along here. It backs onto the golf course. So on this side you get to look out over the river, and on the other side, the houses facing the other side look out over the golf course. The clouds are rolling in. They're pretty ominous. I think I'm going to get real wet. Oh boy. No, I don't have a raincoat. Morning. Yeah, so it's nice along here. We enjoy, we're retired. I'm 74, and we live over the other side, a couple of streets back. Morning. And yeah, we walk down here most days, unless it's absolutely pouring. It's nice along here. I believe they rebuilt this in about 1934. My dad was saying he used to live over here as a young kid. He would have been 14 then. And the levee banks gave way and the water flooded through almost to the dam, and it was 20 kilometres away. So it's pretty major. So they rebuilt them. A few fishermen out, no matter what the weather is. And people walking their dogs. I'm just a walking the dog. Morning. So, morning. Coming up on Nepean Highway now. I think I might shelter underneath it for a minute. I don't know whether Mary's left home or not. I'll ring her up and tell her it's raining. Good trails all the way. Whew. Okay, let's get out of the weather for a minute. There's Port Phillip Bay straight ahead. Okay, still drizzling a bit, but I'll head off. I've just rang Mary, and we'll meet down at the container for a coffee. Sneak around the corner and up the ramp to Station Street, and then I'll cross over further up and meet Mary at the shipping container coffee shop. Getting hard to see my glasses again. I'm going to have to take my glasses off, I think. They're getting wet, I'm getting wet. We'll still have a coffee over there though. So I'll cross over here where this pedestrian crossing is and go up the other side. Try not to get run over if I can avoid it. Yep, it's all right. Okay, head over here now. Meet Mary at the shipping container, order some coffee. That's if they're open this morning. They mightn't be open because it's raining. head down to the shipping container now and get a coffee. Yeah, it's open. People keep ordering their coffees. So I'll park over there, I think. That's the shipping container coffee shop. It's in a great spot. They're doing extensions to the lifesaving club at the moment. Spending a few million on it, I think. So make it a much bigger complex. And there's a playground over there. Lots of people bring their kids on a sunny day. You won't see many there today though. This is good, it's all sheltered. Eating area, barbecues. And as you can see, the trains are going overhead further up. Here we are on the Karen Boardwalk. It's a recent addition in the last few years. It's a good spot to wander along and have a coffee, go to the beach. And better when it's sunny, of course, but you know, you can't have everything. So I just met the chickie babe down there and we got coffee. Say good day, chickie babe.
Hello, my big daddy.
This is going to be on international YouTube. Yeah, so it's always a good spot to meet for a coffee at the shipping container. So we'll walk along here and then head back towards home before all those clouds out there look pretty ominous, don't they? They're all black. Morning. Yeah, so that's the boardwalk. It's a good spot. There's lots of nice houses along there. Looking out over the bay. This is Port Phillip Bay, by the way, in Melbourne, Australia. On the southern end of Australia, southeast. Before you go across Bass Strait towards Tasmania. So come and visit. Spend your money. You'll notice at the mouth of the river on the rock wall, there's a man fishing. This sort of weather, when it's pretty rough and heavy rain and so on, this time of year, heading towards winter, you're very likely to get some Australian salmon. They come up to about 35, 40 centimetres maximum size. Good eating. They're a white meat, not a red meat. So if you're over here, go and stand out there in the rain and flick a line in. See if you can get one. And I'm off. Say goodbye to my chickie babe. See you back at the ranch.
Take care. Be careful.
Been a bit boggy this morning. It's all good. Yeah, so a lot of people go fishing along the river. As I said a few minutes ago, you get Australian salmon there, get flathead. No real big stuff, but still a good spot to fish. Fair bit of water laying around this morning. Morning. So we're back under the Nepean Highway now. The Nepean Highway runs from the city at the beginning of Swanston Street all the way down to Portsea. It's nice along here. Good spot. I'll ride along the bottom today through the boat launching facility car park. We used to live up on the right hand side in one of the streets up there, and on a sunny day we'd come down and bring a bottle of wine and some bickies and cheese or nibbles, and have a snack down here. Occasionally we cook a barbecue on the barbecues up there. Morning. And yeah, this jetty on the left is where the Coast Guard tie up their boat. They go out and rescue silly people out in the bay that do mad things. So I'll cut through the car park now. They tell me this is one of the biggest ones in the Southern Hemisphere. I know it gets very busy in snapper season from the end of October through to mid-December. Good spot to ride through anyway, for an old bloke like me. The water level's pretty high this morning. Tide must be in. So it's only a short ride this morning. I'll put it up on my YouTube channel, which is Two Ends Travels. Good spot. Morning. Morning. Lots of people walking around. Hello, they've moved the gate. Well, that was a bit tricky to move the gate. That means that people can still get to the fish cleaning facility when this area is blocked off. They tend to block it off sometimes to let all the lawns regenerate, because if you drive over them in the wet weather in the winter, it just churns them all up. Quite, look at all the ducks. I'll just stop and show you. Probably about 50 ducks down there this morning. All ducking around, having a good time. Going up over the first canal now. These canals lead into the housing areas of Patterson Lakes to the right. I'll just stop here a little bit and give you a bit of a squeeze. So that's one of the canals. People's houses adjoin the canals, and they moor their boats. If you've got 3 or 4 million for a house, you can probably look at one of the cheaper ones. This is that big shed I was talking about when I was riding down the other side. They store boats of all sizes there, and a couple of hundred, I think. So I hope you've enjoyed the ride this morning. It's a nice area. This is the typical boat that's stored here.
Thanks, mate.
No worries, buddy. Yeah, come on, man. Have a good morning. There you go.
So this is the marina. On the on the left is a swim school. All the young kids learn to swim there. And I'm riding through the Cove Hotel car park at the moment. It's a good, nice hotel, great meals, and it has a pokies, of course, and it has a decking area that looks out over the canals. I'll go for a little bit of a ride around there and show you. This is the car park, plenty of parking. So this is where they bring the boats out of the okay, so they bring the boats out of the big green shed and moor them around here for the people to come and get on and go out through the canal gate into the bay. That's the dining area for the Cove Hotel. They roll those blinds up on a nice day and you can look out over the canals. There's houses there, look over the canals. Anyway, that's enough for today, and I hope you enjoy the video.